Okay, today's Tuesday, March 21st, 2023. It's 8:38 a.m. I'm going to carry my body cam conspicuously. Done. They tell me I can't record. They're not a fair court, so I have to protect myself any way I can. Okay, my GoPro's on. Ready to walk in. I'm going to carry all this junk.
How you doing?
Morning. I got a lot of stuff.
What do you got? You can't have any recording equipment. You can't have anything recording. No
I can have it in the hallway.
I don't know.
No, I can have it in the hallway. I just can't have it in court.
Is that what?
Yeah.
I was under the understanding that you can't have it at all in the courthouse,
No.
according to this order.
No, I can have it in the public areas. I just can't, because I was here last week, and I went through this, and I can record it in the hallway.
We'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, and then they made me shut everything off. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey, no, off to the side. What you looking for? Yeah, you go.
Go ahead, man.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. You go. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Hi, Megan.
Alright, hang on, Mr. Schwartz, we're gonna go talk to the judge real quick. How you
Okay.
doing?
Good, how are you?
In any public building,
No, I understand
yeah,
that.
I can use it in the hallway, and they let me use it in the hallway last week.
No, I understand, I 100% understand that, I just was told otherwise,
Gotcha.
so. Go through. Hello.
Okay.
Set? You're good. Yeah. Change that just put in your pocket. That way you gotta pull it out here. You should be good. You go out there. Hold everything out. How you doing? Good. Oh. Good morning. I can lift this right there.
Excuse me. Hello.
Yeah, you can come in the building and stuff, but you just can't go in the courtroom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no problem.
You just have to take this up off and go do security and put it back on.
Well, they took it away. They let me go up there, second floor.
Well, to get through here, you're going to remove that stuff until you get through this scanner.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You're gone. There you go. Good morning. How you doing? Morning, sir. How you doing? Everybody get out of the bus.
Can I stick this in here?
What's that?
Camera in here? He said run it through.
Yeah. You ready to go through?
Yeah. You ever find anything really weird in there? No?
No, a bunch of camera equipment and recorders and
Oh. You guys are going to be famous.
snack.
I'm going to put you on YouTube. You guys are good-looking guys, big hunks.
That's not the kind of internet sensation I want to be. I want to be like winning the lottery or saving a cat from a tree or
Sounds
something.
good to me. Hey, good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Mr. Schwartz. How are you?
Well, I'm still around, so I'm doing better than the people that didn't wake up this morning.
Well, that's a good thing, right?
Hope it goes
Did you
better.
drive all the way down from up north? Are you doing that back and forth every day?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I see. I don't know how long this is going to take.
Lord.
'Cause we didn't get much done last week.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even know what's happening today.
You don't know what's happening.
I don't know.
So you know the rules. This can't record in the courtroom.
Yeah. Mr. Blake took my cameras and held them for me last night.
And I can do that again.
Yeah.
And there's
Keep 'em
a
safe.
closet in the courtroom that we can put them in and lock them. You can see us putting there if you're more comfortable with that.
Well, yeah, whatever.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't know if I can trust him. He looks dangerous.
Who?
You.
I'll try not to be.
So whatever, Mr. Schwartz, whatever you're comfortable with.
Uh,
You can put them in the back like you did before, or if you want to put them in that closet, whatever you're comfortable with.
It's
Just do me a
You
favor, just
can-
make sure before you go in the courtroom. that-
Yeah, I won't.
I don't want you any more issues, you know?
I won't. No problem.
You've never been a problem with me, so let's.
No, I don't
Sure,
want any
this
problem.
discussion-
I want to obey the law, and I want these guys to obey the
I'm
law.
not saying we can't have an adult, so technically he can in the public hallways, he can.
Yeah. I found that out. But the thing is you can. I'm an accredited journalist, and I've got proof of it. And you can. There's a form.
You have to fill out, do a request.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely, that is correct.
But he wouldn't let me do it. I sent it to him, and he wouldn't let me do
You'd
it.
be
He said,
surprised, like news channels that come in, we have big cases, like ABC 12, they'll deny them too, so.
right, even a trial though.
It's all up to the judge, depending on what kind of trial. You know, you imagine if it's like a bad CSC trial, there's young kids. The last thing you want is cameras in there filming. So it's a case-by-case basis, you know. But it's strictly up to, it's not up to me or Bill. It's strictly up to the courts. We have no say. So
I don't think they want to see this being recorded. This is going to get ugly.
Well, good luck today. If you need
Hey,
it, let
thank
us know,
you.
okay?
Thank you very much, sir.
No problem.
You have a good day.
You too.
Oh, your trip down good?
Oh no, it's terrible.
What time did you start out? Well, here, let's get
5
to the
o'clock.
bag. Here, give me one. And I'll tell you what, you gotta have muscles like steel. Now,
You know, I got to get all of this out of my life so I can have a life.
well, yeah, I don't blame you.
This has gone on for 7 years.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is way too long. Let's set this down here. And then, did you bring your camera like last time?
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay, so if I can have that.
Well, can I have it while I'm sitting here?
Yeah, while you're sitting here.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Before you go in there, you're
Yeah.
like last time.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now, where do you want me to put it? Do you want me to put it in that hallway, or do you prefer to have it in the closet that's locked?
What's safest?
They're both safe, because no one gains access to that back hallway, unless they got a pass key.
You tell me. I'll trust you.
Either or, really. I can't see one being any less safe than the other.
Okay.
But if you feel, I personally don't have a key to the closet, so I
Who
personally
does?
can't put it, probably Dan, or I don't know, I'll have to see if one of the other guys have one, and we do it there, or we can just put them in a chair in the back room, or, back hall like I did before. I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't mean to pry. Why is it you didn't take the plea? Why didn't you take a plea just to get this away?
I want justice.
Okay, well, I guess, and this is only my personal question. What do you see as justice?
I want 3 cops. I want 3 corrupt Elmont police thrown in jail,
Okay.
and I want the former prosecutor Mike Sharkey to. I'm calling him in because this was all set up.
Okay.
I was a victim. All I did is I made too many complaints about Lapeer County employees.
But here's the only problem with that. You're the one on trial, not them.
They have to prove what they
I know, but the only thing is, though, they're not on trial. So I guess you're.
I'm on trial for their lies.
Right. Well, you're on trial here.
Right.
But the thing is, it's what you're claiming is the misjustice from them, correct?
Right?
Yeah. But the problem is there's no way for you in this particular case to get that heard, to actually bring that up. You'd have to actually start another case to actually bring them into court.
This is all a culmination.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is, though, that what you're attempting to do can't happen in this particular setting.
It's going to have to, because I'm not going to let this go.
Okay, no, I understand that.
What they did is they knew I was. Lapeer County DHHS destroyed my house, cut my, and installed a water heater that leaked 3 times, and it destroyed my house, and I was without water for 2.5 years trying to fight this. Right?
You told me that before.
Right, and the Elmont police. I've got 206. I've got 266 evidence.
I understand all of that.
They stalked me. This wasn't illegal. He had absolutely no reason
The only
to stalk
reason
me.
I'm asking this question is because today, or this particular event, is nothing more than about you. It's not about anybody else. Now, granted, you can bring all those things up, but unfortunately, that's not going to have any bearing on what they're saying you did.
I didn't do it. What they said is that I beat up 2 cops.
I understand.
I didn't touch them.
I understand that. That's about all you can prove.
I can also prove that I filed a U.S. Justice complaint
Okay.
with the Debbie Stabenow 8 days before they stalked me.
Okay.
And I was supposed to. What I was supposed to do was they stalked me on 9/8/18.
Okay.
And or 19.
Okay.
And I filed a U.S. Justice complaint on 8/31, and they were supposed to respond to me.
Okay, now let me ask you, did you prepare these itemized lists for your exhibits? Did you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Well, no, I don't. Not my videos, because
No,
yeah.
not the videos. I'm talking about like these dates and correspondence that you sent.
I got it.
Okay,
I got it all. Yeah.
Because the thing is, really, the only thing you're going to be able to do is show what happened to you, what you did to respond,
And
and how that would make you not liable.
I was out of drinking water for 5 days.
I know.
What would you do?
Well, I'll tell you, I do something. I don't know what I do.
Right.
I've never been in that
and,
boat.
and I'll tell you something else. Where I've got videos of, and you got to go look at them. Elmont Senior YouTube channel.
Yeah, I've been on your channel.
Yeah, but the day before, I called Lapeer County 911, and this woman, the same bitch that I've talked to numerous times, that hung up on. I don't care.
You can't use that language in there. I tell you what.
Well, anyway, but listen.
Okay.
You know what? I said I need water. I'm dying. I need water. You know what she told me?
No, I don't.
She said, "I know you. You're always complaining about Lapeer County employees. They're a bunch of good people, and you don't have the right to do that."
So what's it got to do with not having water?
Well, that's what she said. She said, go ask your neighbors for water, and hung up on me. That's what she did.
That's ridiculous.
That was the day before. And also, I called it's called it's a help group. I can't remember some help group. I can't think of the name of it. I called her the day before that he stopped me. I got it, and I said, please, I need help and I need protection against the Elmont police.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have said that, but...
No, I did, because I knew what they were going to do to me.
Okay, I'll tell you what, that's all history now.
This is all too complicated. This was they stalked me as retribution for me making complaints, and I've got it day by day.
Did you get your documents? That's really...
I also called Governor Gretchen Whitmer 2 weeks before this.
He's out of money, he's out of 100.
Deb, are you ready for...
I'm pushed back down.
Do you know who has the key to that closet right there in the courtroom? Because Mr. Schwartz said it doesn't matter, I can put his camera and stuff in the back like before, or in that closet, but I don't have a key for that closet.
She's sick of fighting you, but she feels like...
Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna let you get yourself prepared. Do you want to talk to your attorney? I can send her out. You
Yeah.
want to talk to her?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go get her. Now, I came in special for you, I want you to know that.
You're a good
I
man.
normally don't come in any other day than
This is all her fault.
I came in special for you because I believe in you.
You know what?
But the thing is, I want you to understand that you got to impress upon that jury. You've got your facts. Your facts.
Are they here today?
Yeah, they're going to be here.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
This is the real deal.
You want to hear something? This is my third attorney. I had to fire the last two.
Well, I know. I've been around for all those. I know.
Yeah.
I know. You have to keep telling me that.
Malpractice, both
Yeah,
of them.
No, I know. But I'm here for your support. So I just want you to
appreciate
know.
it.
But the thing is, I want you to do your part, and you're not going to be able to ramble because you don't want to bore the jury. And next thing you know, you're going to turn them off. And then when this thing is all said and done, you don't want them to go in there and think, well, that guy really doesn't know what he's talking about. Next thing you know, you're. Yeah, okay. He should let me know when he's done in the hallway with it, and I will take it in there and secure it. Okay, I'm gonna go get her right now because you need to talk to her before this thing gets rolling.
Okay.
And before you win, you want to get that camera when you're done with it and the GoPro, and I'll take all that. Okay?
Okay.
And nothing's gonna happen to it. I promise.
Okay.
Haven't done your wrong yet.
I know you have, and you've been fantastic.
Yeah, when he gets done, I'm gonna take care of you.
As soon as she gets here,
Yeah,
I'll let you know.
Put it in there.
But I have no problem.
Oh, April 27th is the hearing.
So I'll wait and see what she says.
Okay.
Because we're not till 9:30, right?
9:30, 9:45 on that.
Maybe 9:45.
All right.
Hi, good morning.
Why did he send you out of here? He said he wanted.
Oh, he was just saying that you wanted to talk to me, so.
would be here at 9 so we could finish this up.
I don't know. He said he said he wanted to talk to your lawyer. So I'm going to speak in front of the jurors today.
Yes.
Because I'm not really prepared.
Well, you know,
You know what the problem is? I'm trying to explain this to him, and it's too complicated. It's not my fault. And those Secretary of State judges, 2 of them, help them prolong this case 1 year by their actions, and I've got proof of that. This is all pertinent, and it's just I'm calling all these DHHS people that destroyed my house. That's how I ran out of water. I didn't have water. It's not like I just jumped in my car and tried to break the law.
I know
Right.
that.
And
The judge wants to get things rolling in about 10 minutes or so, so I don't know if that's enough time for you.
Yeah, that should be.
Okay, good. And then I'll come out beforehand, and then I'll get your equipment, the doors open, I'll get it all secured for you, okay?
Okay.
I'll give her a here.
Thanks, Mr. Blake.
Back out.
He's a real good guy.
Yeah.
not a lot of other people around here, but I've gone through 2 courts, 3 judges,
I know.
2 prosecutors.
I know.
And,
You know, I just want to kind of focus, since we don't have a whole lot of time, I just want to kind of focus on what we're going to be doing today. So,
if I say something, nudge me or something, if I'm doing something wrong, because I'm emotional. This is 7 years that I've dragged this out.
I know.
And what they're trying to do is if they would have accepted responsibility 7 years ago and fixed that, none of this would be there. But instead, they covered it all up.
Right.
And I went to my state legislator, Gary Howells, town hall meeting. And did I tell you about that?
Yeah.
And
I know the backstory here. Do you have a plan of what you're going to be doing today in front of the jury?
no, I really don't, because you know what? I was so busy with all those other things that I had to do, and that
Right.
I've got my notes in that.
And you
but,
lose because you're 5 minutes late.
Yeah,
This
I
is a
know, I know.
conspiracy.
Well, I saw being said, I've
Yeah.
done some printing
Right.
problems
So,
right now. Right there.
You know, another thing is this
I,
court-appointed attorney. Did I tell you about Fred Miller?
Yeah.
He was in
Yeah, Fred
collusion.
Miller and Colleen Starr.
You know this Fred Miller though. I had a court when they. I had a jury trial was supposed to start April 26, 2022. I had this Intoxilock device. It failed, and Fred Miller knew all about it because I was in contact with him, and I was telling him I don't know what's going to happen because they took 16 days to decide that they're going to have to
All
replace it.
right, I don't want to interrupt you. It's
Okay.
just, you've told me this before, so
Okay.
I'm aware of this, and I just
But I mean,
I want to focus on what we're doing today, so that we
Can
have
I,
to
because I want to file a complaint against Fred Miller. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay, how do I do that?
See, I
He
feel
sabotaged this. And then he took himself off the case and said that he was fired by the state of Michigan.
that's our only
Now,
remaining issue.
I got 2 Secretary of State judges. I'm getting set up by the state.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll,
Yeah.
I can talk to you about that after we
Okay.
get started with the trial.
Okay.
So, I sent you that email kind of explaining what happens with the trial. Did you get a chance to read that?
I've had computer problems.
Okay.
And
So,
my internet is horrible. So
we'll start by choosing the jury. The judge is going to ask the jurors questions to kind of help to establish,
2,700, she wants to.
kind of get to know them a little bit, and then you can consult with me about if there are any juries you don't feel, any jurors you don't feel comfortable having in the jury.
how many do they got?
They'll have quite a few. They'll probably have 40 to 60 people.
Are you serious?
Let me take
They're all here?
Good morning.
Yeah, they'll be kind of downstairs, and there's like a room set up for them. So, and then, Prosecutor Brian will give his opening statement to the jury. The judge will give them instructions, and Ryan will give his opening statement, and then after that, it'll be your opportunity to give an opening statement, which is kind of, jurors, this is what you can expect during the trial. This is what you're going to see, this is what the prosecutor's going to show you, this is what you're not going to hear from the prosecutor. That's kind of your opportunity to tell them what to expect. And then Ryan is going to call his witnesses, and after he will have the opportunity to ask them questions. Like,
So his witnesses are here,
yep,
including the cops?
yep.
Really? Good. I just hope I don't.
So the officers won't be in the courtroom the entire time. They'll only be coming in when they testify, except for his officer in charge. I don't know who that is. I don't think he's one of the officers who was there on this day. And then after, he'll ask questions like, oh, did you see Mr. Schwartz on this day? What happened? What happened next? Kind of open-ended questions. And then you'll have the opportunity to ask them questions after he asks them questions. Once he's had the opportunity to present all of his evidence, the judge will ask you if there's any evidence you want to present.
We have 266 evidence videos.
Well, and so,
What's the deal on that? Are they going to let me?
Well, we'll address all of that before the trial starts.
Okay, but I mean, how am I going to be able to? Am I going to actually be able to show people? Because it's me that knows all those videos, and if I got to 1 hour video, I know exactly where the 10 minutes that I want to show them are.
Right, so
Rather
you'll be
than,
able,
okay.
Yeah,
Just-
so
so
it-
do they have the equipment themselves, or do I?
they have the TV screen and a cord that you can plug into your computer.
But see, the thing is, I only got my notebook computer, and this is an old computer. I bought a laptop or a desktop to replace it. All my files and that stuff are on that.
Okay, I have that hard drive you gave me, so you'll be able to play it from there.
Okay. And then I got a 75-page letter. I showed you that, didn't I? Did you see that?
Which one?
This SOS, Secretary of State Judge, I was supposed to have a hearing, and he said,
Right.
before the hearing, you send me an explanation of what you think happened. And what I did is I incorporated everything, including Lapeer and that, and I accused him of helping to sabotage. And then this other judge, Judge Soma, she was the one that, with the times and that,
Right.
she made it, see, technically I broke the law because I wanted a time-based life, so
Right.
but this morning I was driving at 5 o'clock and I was, technically I can't do that, so I'm breaking their law. See, that's the thing, no matter what happens, I'm breaking some law.
Right.
And that's why these people are in collusion on trying to sabotage me. This is an easy case. I mean, when you think about it, I was out of water.
Right.
All I tried to do was drink water, get water, and they jumped me. It was all a fake.
Right. I mean, they basically set you up.
Hmm?
They set you up.
Exactly.
And then they were not acting like professionals.
Right.
You know,
See,
they were.
if you saw my video, the first thing I said out of my mouth, get your sergeant.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah,
That-
they could have de-escalated this, and instead they
And then I
decided to
said,
bust your window.
I told them,
and
I
then-
said, I don't trust you guys. You tried to murder me. I said, get the state police and I'll surrender to them. They wouldn't
Yeah,
de-escalate.
you know, they were supposed to be the professionals here.
Exactly. And can I get those pictures? Those fake pictures?
Ryan is gonna have those.
But I want them. I've been asking for those.
Those were in the email from the prosecutor's office that I forwarded to you.
Are those all of them?
Those will be in there. It's like the document they sent
I
me
think
was
there's like 5 of
200 some odd pages. So it's on there. And Ryan has the color copies if you want to take a look at those before trial too.
I want them because I'm going to put them on the internet.
Okay.
I mean, this is going to. I'm looking for the people because.
No,
Yeah.
I understand that.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. All right, I'll see you in there.
Okay.
Well, you all set, Mr. Schwartz?
Yep.
I'm gonna put them in that closet, that way they're gonna be locked, under lock and key.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want?
I just
to put
don't
in
want
there?
anybody to erase that stuff.
No one's gonna touch it.
Okay.
I'm
You're
gonna
the
put
only
it
one
in-
in this
I'm gonna
building
shut-
that I trust.
You should be able to trust more than just me.
Yeah, no
but
kidding.
I'm glad you can trust me, and I won't do you wrong.
Okay. I mean, I tried to trust John Miller.
He's a nice guy.
Huh?
I don't know what the circumstances were, so I can't speak for that.
Well, he wanted me to do this. He made me an offer. He said, I'll make this case disappear. You move out of state and don't come
Well,
back.
that was poor choice of words. What you should have done was offer you some sort of realistic deal, said I can make this case disappear. Was that correct? Okay.
Well, no, it was a good offer. The problem was that I've got this interlock device, and
Is it still in your car?
huh?
Is the interlock still in your car?
Yes, for 27 months, and it was supposed to be for 12 months. And
When is the deadline for that? When's it over?
this guy gave me another year. This Secretary of State Judge Brian Long.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with this.
No,
one.
this has everything to do.
Secretary of State's on their own.
No. Somebody is the Secretary of State accused me of 2 major violations. The first one was
First off, why do you have an interlock device on your car?
for a 23-year-old crime,
For what?
alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was
I figured that was
it was in 2001, and I didn't drink at all.
Okay, which is good.
I was for 20 years, I didn't touch a drop. I was having problems with trying to get custody of my daughter, and I went to a doctor because I was having real anxiety. So he gave me Ativan. Did you ever hear that?
Yep, you told me this
Yeah,
before.
right. And I flipped out on it.
Yeah.
And what I did is I got busted 3 times in 4 months. And my record was spotless. I didn't drink. And what happened is my judge told, or my
How many years ago was this?
2001.
God, you would think you would get an attorney to go on your part to be able to get your license back without that interlock device on.
Yeah, I try to do it myself. And the thing is, you can get all the justice you can afford.
No, I get it. That's where you almost need someone that would help you out that way.
But you know what though? I've had this thing on for over 2 years, and this thing failed twice. The first time they took my license away for 4 months. The second time they took it away for 5.5 months. That's 9.5 months. I couldn't work, get food, and I couldn't work. And he's telling me that the first violation was failed a rolling retest, and he sends me pictures of my empty car. And then he shows, I can show you, and I put that all on the internet. I put the log where it shows the thing's failing, right? And how do you fail a rolling retest if you're not in the car? That's the first one, right?
That's a good point.
Right.
Okay, we got to get going in there.
Okay.
You got all your things that you're going to need paperwork-wise and everything else, right?
Yep.
Okay. Why don't you put that in that first pew?
Well, I need it with me.
No, I know.
'cause it's
You
all
just
my
reach
stuff.
over and get it.
Oh, where?
Right. You just send the first pew, and then you can get what you need when you need it.
Like right here?
Yeah.
Real heavy. That's my computer.
Yep, I know. I'm going to secure this way.
Huh?
You gotta make sure your phone's off.
Yeah.
Why is this so warm?
They do that. That's
Do they?
GoPro. Yeah.
It's off, right?
Huh?
It's off, right?
Yeah. Should I grab my stuff now and put it over?
Yeah, put your bag. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, this.
Can I just leave the bags here?
No, I got to put that in the closet too.
Down session with the Honorable Michael J. Miller presiding.
I got my computer and all that.
Put that on the table.
Yeah.
Put your computer on the table. Get everything you need. Set that down there.
These are all my files. Can I just take? I can take that up, can I?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. No, that's my. Oh shoot! You know, I forgot my mouse. My computer mouse. Yes, I did. Let me get my glasses too. Oh, never mind. it. Thank you, sir.
You want to put your phone in there too?
No, because I can use it if I need it, because I can get at my files that way.
I'm going to ask the judge and see.
Okay. Should I leave my coat? Okay.
The calling case of People of the State of Michigan versus Richard L. Schwartz, case number 20-0101379-F. For the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ryan Fitzpatrick for the people.
Megan Stanwell, standby counsel for Mr. Schwartz, Mr. President.
Good morning, Ms. Stanwell. Mr. Schwartz, please state your name for the record.
Richard Schwartz.
Thank you. So we've got, just for purposes of the record, I just want to give everybody an update as to where we're at. The jurors, the potential jurors were brought into the building, my understanding is around 9 o'clock this morning. So they're downstairs on the first floor, going through what's called jury orientation. So I think it's like a 15, 20-minute video where they all watch the video about what their rights and obligations are as jurors. So when they're done with that, we'll bring them up and we'll get started this morning in selecting the jury. But before we do that, I just need to go through a couple of things. Mr. Schwartz, with respect to you and your self-representation, I think I told you the last time, I'm going to have to ask you a series of questions every time we get together to make sure that you want to continue to represent yourself. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
All right, very good. Mr. Schwartz, I just want to make sure that you understand that in connection with this particular case, that you are charged with, you are charged with assaulting, resisting, or obstructing a police officer. 2 different counts. Count 1 is that you had that interaction, you resisted, obstructed with Officer Ryan Wilson, and the second count that you assaulted, resisted, obstructed, causing injury to police officer Steve Best. Both of those counts are they're felonies, and they're punishable by up to 4 years in prison and or a $5,000 fine. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
Very good. And also, this again, and I know you've done this, and I appreciate it, but again, I need to offer you the opportunity to have an attorney represent you. And so, again, before we get started this morning, would you like to have an attorney represent you?
No, sir.
All right, you're prepared to go forward on your own?
Yes.
All right, and so you understand that you have an opportunity to have Ms. Stanwell in this case act as your attorney. You understand that?
Yeah, all I need is her help.
All right,
Just-
and
yeah.
that's fine. And so you are, again, just reaffirming for the record, you are knowingly entering into this trial to represent yourself, correct?
Yeah.
You're voluntarily representing yourself in this particular action, is that true?
Yes.
All right, and so this is a decision you made, again, because you feel it's in your best interest to represent yourself.
Right.
All right, very good. Again, I would encourage you to retain Ms. Stanwell, but you absolutely have a right to represent yourself.
I had horrible luck with the last 2, and both of them, my court-appointed assistants were both guilty of malpractice, and I have proof of that, and I want to file a complaint against my last one, Fred Miller, and I can go into it now, but...
No, I just need, for today's purpose, I just need to make sure that you and I are on the same page, that you want to represent yourself.
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. And so, a couple more things.
I've got my evidence, but she knows how to work the court. That's why I think I can do it.
All right. So The court does find under, I mean, we're looking at the factors that are required in the Supreme Court case of People versus Anderson. And so the court does find that your request to represent yourself is unequivocal, that you are, Mr. Schwartz, you are asserting your right to represent yourself knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily, and that you understand that because you're not an attorney, there may be some pitfalls along the way. You understand that, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And so you also understand that there are some disadvantages in representing yourself because you're not a lawyer. You understand that?
Right.
All right. And so, and as we talked about a couple of Fridays ago, you also understand that it is a trial, it is sort of a formal process, and that there are rules that must be followed along the way, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And you're agreeing to be bound by those rules?
Yes.
All right. And so the last thing is that your right to self-representation is guaranteed by both the Michigan and the United States Constitution. I agree with you because you brought that up before. You're absolutely right. The one thing, though, that I need you to understand, and just be careful with this as we go through the trial, your right to represent yourself lasts only as long as you are not disruptive in the courtroom. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, very good. I appreciate that, Mr. Schwartz, and then with the findings on the record, I believe that we're prepared to proceed. So Mr. Schwartz will be representing himself, Ms. Hamel will be acting as standby counsel, so very good. The other thing I wanted to talk about is that, Mr. Schwartz, when we last got together, I asked that you prepare a witness list and give me an idea of what those folks would say.
Do you have that?
Yep. And I received
Oh,
that.
okay,
I
gotcha.
also asked for a written exhibit list, which outlined what your exhibits were. I didn't get that.
Well, the problem is I gave you that hard drive. It's got 266 evidence videos, and you wanted. See, what I did is I know each one of those videos. I've got more than that, but I chose the ones that would be most important to this case. And what I did is I made the video, and then I put the date, and then a line that says what it's about. But see, the thing is, you asked for a description of it, and I was in a hurry last week, and when I downloaded it to that hard drive, I also tried to download it to my desktop computer, and it says it took it, and I was in such a hurry. I came here and I told you, yeah, I've got it, but then when I went home, it didn't record the whole thing, so I couldn't add any more to it. But one thing that I can say, sir, John Miller has had those videos since January 2021, and he promised me that he would look at every one of them, and you had plenty of time to look at them themselves, and they haven't told me any one of them that I can't use. I mean, I gave them my evidence over 2 years ago. They had 2 years to look at it, and he looked at the arrest video, but I've got all of the other ones that were. This was a culmination of events that.
Well, I understand that.
Okay.
First of all, it's not the prosecution's job to tell you whether the videos that you have can be used at trial. That's my job. And so right now, just for purposes of the record, I just want to indicate that I did ask for a description of your evidence, and I did not get it. And it sounds like you agree with me that I did not get that from you. Is that true?
You didn't get what I told you I could get you, but I didn't find out until I got home that I couldn't do it.
No, I appreciate that. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to put on the record
Sure.
the facts of why how we got here. But I did ask for a description of your evidence, and I just didn't get it. So I haven't looked at the videos. It's not my job. I'm going to go through that with everyone during the course of the trial. So what I did ask, though, was for a description, and I did.
See, it's got. In my opinion, it's got a description, but.
Like everything else, I have a paper file, so I need a paper description of those things that you have that you think are exhibits on your behalf. Because when you try to introduce an exhibit, you're going to say, I want to introduce defendant's exhibit number 1. I don't know what defendant's exhibit number 1 is. I don't have a copy of the hard drive, I've never seen the videos, and I don't have a list of what those things are. So I'm kind of at a disadvantage as we get ready to go through the trial. But we'll deal with that when it comes up. The other thing I asked for is what are called voir dire questions, questions on your behalf that you wanted me to ask the jurors. I didn't get any of those from you either.
And Your Honor, I did file a copy with the clerk's office on Friday.
Of proposed voir dire?
Yes, I provided a copy to Mr. Fitzpatrick as well.
I have copies.
That was filed separately from the witness list. I filed the voir dire on Friday.
Do you have an extra copy by chance?
I don't, I could,
Mr. Fitzpatrick, did you have a copy of that? I've not seen that. I have the people's proposed voir dire, but I don't have anything in my file at least for Mr. Schwartz.
I do have one, Your Honor, that just being provided to me. I can give it to the court.
Yeah, I'll just make a quick copy.
And
My own personal objection to number 6. No, that's fine. Well, then, that's good. That's why I'm bringing it up to talk about it. Well, maybe that's the thing.
Thank you, Joel.
All right.
Can I plug this in?
yeah.
While we're waiting for the copy and talking about voir dire, I want to move on to something else. Mr. Schwartz, I did receive a copy of your pretty lengthy description of names of witnesses and what they might say. And so again, I guess we'll get into that more because you probably know this, but in this case, the prosecution gets to go first. And so they will present their witnesses, but then it'll be your opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf if you have any. And so you've given me a pretty detailed description of the people that you would like to call as witnesses. I don't know how you intend to get them here. I'm not aware of any subpoenas that were done on your behalf.
See, I don't know. I thought that's something that the court does.
The court can assist with that and can sign subpoenas, but it's not frankly.
Because I would have done it, but I
Well, the Constitution requires and state law requires that I assist you in compelling witnesses to be here. But it's not my job to draft the subpoenas or to get all of those things ready to send to all of the witnesses. That's up to you.
remember I asked
For the
about.
record, the people never received that witness list. We got one from last week, but we didn't get anything on Friday or today, or yesterday. I double checked with my staff and see if there's anything in our mailbox. We received nothing.
Well, I guess we'll make an effort to assist. We'll make another copy. I have it here at the bench with me. We'll get into that shortly, but actually, more. I'm jumping around in that, but now while we're making copies of the proposed witness list, let's go back to voir dire. I want to make sure that we're all sort of on the same page. I'm looking at Mr. Schwartz's proposed voir dire. And it contains a number of questions. Reporting, the court is going to ask the questions of the jurors. And I had asked, and I appreciate the fact that I now have a copy of proposed questions on behalf of Mr. Schwartz. The court's going to ask questions of the various jurors, and then Mr. Schwartz, just so you understand how it works, when the questioning is done, I will then ask Mr. Fitzpatrick on behalf of the people, and I will ask you, do you have any challenges that you would like to make, either for what is called cause? There's something about a juror's answer that just is out of bounds. They know you, they know your background, they know the prosecutor, they know the judge, and they just, for whatever reason, can't possibly be fair. So, depending on an answer, I may say, you're excused. If we don't have any challenges for what are called cause, then you have what are called peremptory challenges. And so you get 5 of those. And so there are 5 potential jurors that for whatever reason or no reason, you just don't like the way they look. I will go to Mr. Fitzpatrick, for example, and I would say, Mr. Fitzpatrick, do you have any challenges or any peremptory challenges? If he says no, then I come to you and I say, Mr. Schwartz, do you have any peremptory challenges you'd like to exercise? If you say yes, then you would say, because you'll see all of the juror seats are numbered over there.
Mm-hmm.
You will say, for example, yes, Judge, I'd like to, the magic language is something to the effect of, I would like to thank and excuse juror number 1. You don't have to tell me why, and I don't want you to tell me why. You just can say, thank you for being here, but I'd like to excuse you. And so then juror number 1 would leave, and we'll put another person in there. You can do that up to 5 times, just so
Okay.
you know, okay? All right, so I'm looking at the proposed voir dire from Mr. Schwartz. And actually, some of the questions are very similar to what were proposed by the prosecutor's office. All right. Proposed voir dire question number 6. Mr. Schwartz, you have proposed, has anyone ever been accused of something that they did not do? How did that make you feel? Mr. Fitzpatrick, do you have an objection to that?
Yes, sir. I just feel that that's going to plant a seed in the mind of the
Something that I
juror
said?
that this is somehow a false accusation or that he's somehow being set up. And I don't think that that's relevant at this point for the juror to be tainted with that line of question.
No, I appreciate your objection. I feel differently. I think that question actually is appropriate, at least as far as it goes. Has anyone ever been accused of something they did not do? How did that make you feel? I think that's fair game. I mean, what we want to do is encourage jurors to speak. And so if they have any biases, we want to get them out. I'm going to tell them maybe something a little different than most of you heard. I'm going to tell them up front that probably the quickest way to get picked as a juror is to say nothing. So I want them to understand they need to speak up and they need to be candid with us about lots of different things. The second part of proposed voir dire question number 6 from Mr. Schwartz, though, that says, can everyone understand why Mr. Schwartz may appear very passionate about this case? That I do not think is appropriate, and I will not ask that part of the question.
And I would ask for some clarification, Judge. If you're going to allow the question about has anybody ever accused you of anything, are you going to open that up for, like, when your entire life, anybody, or are we speaking specifically about government entities? Police, for instance. I mean, I don't know. Are we just talking about my ex-girlfriend accused me of something once? That's pretty broad. I don't know if that's what you're,
It is pretty broad. I mean, Mr. Schwartz, do you have any thoughts on that? Would you like me to tailor that question a little more so it reads along the lines of, has anyone ever been accused of something by the police that they did not do, or was it your intention to have that be very broad?
Your Honor, I assisted Mr. Schwartz with proposing voir dire questions. I wanted it kept very broad. Part of my thoughts with that question were to help manage jurors' expectations, and so I think leaving it broad is appropriate.
I agree with you. I don't think that's going to hurt. I think it's just in general, we're looking at how jurors feel about things. I think people understand that in courts that there are accusations made, and then people also understand sometimes those accusations are not accurate or well-founded. So I think that's appropriate. I don't know that that's going to lead us down a rabbit hole. But again, I'm not going to read the second part, which says, can everyone understand why Mr. Schwartz may appear very passionate about his case? I think the jurors will expect that Mr. Schwartz will feel passionate about his case, just as they probably will expect that Mr. Fitzpatrick will feel passionate about his case. My job is to make sure that we keep the passions to a minimum because we have a trial to actually try to conduct and to try to keep this on track. And so the other thing I just wanted to go over on the record also is that I believe, Ms. Stanley, you've probably had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Schwartz about this. Mr. Schwartz, I don't know if you intend to testify on your own behalf You are the defendant, and as you know, you don't have to testify at all. It is certainly within your rights to not testify. But if you do testify, then what I have directed Ms. Stammel to do is assist you with that. So it would really be a cumbersome process if you were sitting in the witness chair asking questions into the air and then answering those questions that you just asked. And so the process that we need to use it when you, if you decide to testify, and again, you don't have to, but if you decide that you want to take the stand and tell the jury your side of the story, then Ms. Stammel is going to have to be the one that asks you the questions so you can then provide answers. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right, and you're in agreement with that process?
Yeah.
All right.
I want to speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, again, the prosecution doesn't have to, you don't have to prove anything. The prosecution has to prove their case against you. And you have the right, certainly, if you feel that at the end of the prosecution's case that they have not proven their case against you, you don't have to do anything. But I just wanted to say that if you decide that you want to take the witness stand yourself, then I wanted to make sure you understood that I'm going to expect Ms. Stammel to be the one asking you the questions.
Yes, this is a real complicated case that dragged on for 7 years, and this arrest was a culmination event of those 7 years, and it was the Lapeer County corruption, and it entailed numerous employees of Lapeer County, and this wasn't me just jumping in my car and trying to get arrested. He knew all about this. Mike Sharkey was part of it, and they set me up. They set me up to be stalked. They knew that I was out of running water for over 5 days because Lapeer County 911 told them that. I called them the day before he stalked me, and the Lapeer County the Lapeer County 911 lady said, "Oh, I know you. You're always complaining. You're always complaining about Lapeer County employees. Go get yourself some. Have one of your neighbors get you some water." And she hung up on me, and I got a video of that too that I'm going to play.
Well, we'll see about that when the time comes, but I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page that
Okay.
if you decide to take the stand yourself, that Ms. Stammel is going to be asking you questions, and then you can respond to her questions.
Sure.
Understood?
Yeah, it'd be perfect.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
All right, anything else that either Mr. Schwartz or Mr. Fitzpatrick you have for the court? Probably about the time the jurors are going to get ready to come up.
Your Honor, I would like to address the amended witness list that I provided to Ms. Stammel yesterday. I have
Yes.
a copy today for Mr. Schwartz. I wasn't able to get it to him yesterday. Along with the amended witness list, I provided the new verdict form, which includes a lesser included offense. And because of the lesser included offense, that triggers an update to the deposit instructions, which I've updated as well. And then the instructions before trial, I actually updated because of the new witness that was added. And I will point out to the court, and I will acknowledge that this is a late addition for this particular Robert Parcell, but it actually, he is named as a witness by the defendant on his list that I just received. He said last week, too, that he wanted all the EMTs here, and he again points this out on page 10 of his witness list, and he actually recognizes by name Oman EMT Robert Parcell, which is the person that I added to that list. So I understand it's late, and I would ask that the court to grant some leniency since the defendant wants him here. I can provide him, I can get him here. Therefore, I've added him to our witness list and would ask the court to accept him as a late witness, and also then to update the instructions that go along with the new voir dire, verdict form.
All right, so we'll sort of take this one piece at a time. Mr. Schwartz, Mr. Fitzpatrick has just indicated that the prosecutor's office has filed an amended witness list, which includes an additional witness, Mr. Robert Parcell.
I was going to call him anyway.
Okay, well, normally I would not allow the prosecution to bring in a late added witness like this right before trial, but Mr. Fitzpatrick has indicated on the record that Mr. Parcell is somebody that you believe you're interested in as a witness as well.
Right.
So do you have any objection to having Mr. Parcell testify in this case?
No, I want him to. And is it possible, because he wasn't by himself, he had, it was Almont EMT, and he had a partner, and I don't know who that was. And I talked to the fire chief of Almont, and he told me, he said, he was a good guy, I can't remember his name, but he told me, he said, yeah, I know all about Lapeer County's real corrupt, and he said, but I don't want anybody, any of my workers getting involved in this. But I couldn't tell. I said Bob Parcell is part of it, and then we ended the conversation. But Bob Parcell was with another EMT, and I would want that person to testify too.
Well, my understanding is from looking at the witness list that other EMTs will be testifying on behalf of the people. I just want to make sure that with respect to Mr. Parcell, because he's a recently added witness, you are in agreement that Mr. Parcell be a witness in this?
Yeah.
Case? All right, very good. I'll allow Mr. Parcell. And then Mr. Fitzpatrick is correct. Then by adding Mr. Parcell, then there will be a change to the preliminary instructions, and that's jury instruction 1.5. There is a list of witnesses that will be read to the jury. Robert Parcell's name will be included in that list of witnesses.
Is it too late to get his buddy though, his partner?
Well, Mr. Fitzpatrick, you can address this if you'd like, but my understanding is that Sandra Baracchio and Robert Fitzpatrick are EMTs, is that correct?
Those are Lapeer County, and they showed up after. But I want the Almont EMTs that made up those phony wounds that he claims that he got.
Well, here's my concern, and I sort of went through this with you before, Mr. Schwartz. I don't know who these people are. My job as the judge is to be involved in the trial of this case. It's not to be an advocate for one side or the other. I can't. So I'm sort of, like I said last time, I'm sort of the referee up here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who these other EMTs are. I have no idea. Mr. Parcell is somebody that you're interested in, so that is a name that was offered. If there were other witnesses, if there are other witnesses that you wanted brought into the courtroom, they needed to be subpoenaed. My concern is that Mr. Fitzpatrick's going to present his case. He rests. It's called he rests. He's done. When he's done, I'm going to turn to you and I'm going to say, Mr. Schwartz, call your first witness. And my concern is you're not going to have any. Because as far as I am aware, there have been no subpoenas issued to anyone in connection.
Who told me that the court was going to do it? I don't understand this. I don't understand the process. I need every one of those people that I on my list, and I got bad information that I was supposed to. How was I supposed to do it? I don't know how to do it.
Well, this is why on Friday I went through, a couple Fridays ago, I said to you, if you were going to represent yourself, you have to know that you have to follow the rules. Part of the rules are, it doesn't matter whether it's you or whether it's Ms. Stamel or whether it was me when I was a practicing lawyer. Sometimes witnesses will come in voluntarily, you ask them to show up, and they do. Other times, people have to be subpoenaed, and you probably know what a subpoena is.
Right.
It's a legal command. You have to be in court on a certain day at a certain time.
I see. I've been asking
I
that.
don't know whether you did it or not.
No, I've been asking that all along. How do I get that done?
And Your Honor, when we were here last, I believe it was actually last Tuesday.
I don't know.
Right.
I think it was or Monday.
That's
that we were here.
last Monday.
Yeah, you're right.
And, you know, I know there was a discussion on the record between myself and the court as to who should be responsible for signing subpoenas. And the court expressed some concern about some of the witnesses, the proposed witnesses on Mr. Schwartz's witness list. Based on that, there were no subpoenas issued because there was not any type of determination from the court as to whether any of those individuals would even be permitted to be called as witnesses, which I think led to some confusion about when and how any approved witnesses would be subpoenaed. It wasn't as though Mr. Schwartz was going to issue subpoenas to, frankly, some very high-ranking individuals without, you know, when there were likely objections to them even being called as witnesses.
You are correct. That is a fair representation, Ms. Stamel. I have seen and had an opportunity to go through Mr. Schwartz's list somewhat. It's very lengthy. it contains a list of many, many, many people in all walks of life, all levels of society, and especially all levels of government. Because there were no subpoenas even provided to me, I mean, in theory, Mr. Schwartz, I guess, could have had prepared a subpoena to every single person on his list. There's a case called People versus Lawyer, and it's 169 Mishaft 105, a 1988 case, that says that if we find ourselves in situations like this, that the court can and should be the gatekeeper, that just because a person wants to call a witness doesn't mean they have the right to do it. And you are correct again, Ms. Stammel, that the court, obviously, Mr. Schwartz doesn't have the authority because he's not an attorney. The court can sign and can compel witnesses to appear in court on his behalf, but the court has to serve as the gatekeeper. There's been no tender to me of anyone, frankly, officially, that would like to be called. And so if it's truly Mr. Schwartz believes that in his representation he needs to have every single one of these people called, then Mr. Schwartz needs to prepare a subpoena and present it to me for my signature of every one of these people. They all need to be subpoenaed. Every one of them, I'm sure, with the exception of maybe one or two, will file an objection. They'll move to quash the subpoenas. They will claim, I suspect, that they had nothing to do with this case and shouldn't be compelled to testify. But that is a whole different process that, frankly, we haven't even gotten to. And so now I'm really concerned because, as I suspected, Mr. Schwartz, if we start this trial today and Mr. Fitzpatrick ends his portion of the case, I'm going to turn to you, and like I had said earlier, I'm going to ask you to call your first witness. You're not going to have anybody.
See, I got bad information. I don't know where I got it. I thought that you were going to subpoena these people. I don't know.
Well,
I'll do whatever it takes, and if somebody would have told me to do that, I would have had this done. I've done everything else. I've complied 100%. I've showed up for every court hearing, and except the one where this is the Secretary of State. I have to call 2 corrupt Secretary of State judges, and I got absolute proof that they were part of this, and they're in collusion. I believe that this is a conspiracy that goes all the way up to Governor Gretchen Whitmer. That I filed complaints trying to get justice since 2017. And that's why I went all the way up to Governor Gretchen Whitmer's. 2 weeks before he arrested me, I called and talked to his secretary, or to her secretary, the governor's secretary, Jay Shauna, and I begged her, please I'm afraid for my life because of the Almont police, and I recorded that too. And they said they would get back to me within 2 days, and they never did. And then I called the day before he stalked me, I called the Human Development Commission. That's what it was, Human Development Commission, and I begged them for water, drinking water to survive, and also protection against the Almont police. And then I also called Lapeer 911, and that was the woman where I said I want water, and she said go have your neighbor get it. And then I saw his police report, and he had talked to both of them, so he knew that I was out of running water because they both told him that. So he knew exactly when to stalk me. He was waiting right across the street when I tried to get my car.
And Mr. Schwartz, I understand that. Whatever, you're right. I lost track of my days. I thought it was a Friday, but you were here a couple of Mondays ago when we talked about this, or maybe it was Wednesday. I don't know. The days run together sometimes. But I am not, honestly, I'm not sure. I don't want to adjourn this trial. I don't.
What's that?
I don't want to adjourn this trial. So here's my concern. You will claim that you have not been afforded an opportunity to properly defend yourself if you don't have any witnesses. I know.
Well, that's why I made this list. I thought I was covered with this, and my lists explain exactly why. It's not like I'm saying I want this one, that. If you read this, it's just
Can I just real quickly go through this? No. So
Okay.
we need to do this sort of methodically on the record. So,
I mean, this started out in 2017, DHA, okay.
Please, let's just talk about this. The charges against you, I mean, we've gone through this, you know better than I do, but charges against you are that events occurred on September 8th of 2019 that caused you to be charged criminally. That's the date in question.
Mhm.
That Officers Best and Wilson came to arrest you on a warrant, you resisted, you were charged. That was September 8th of 2019.
Right.
I do understand, because I listened to you at great length before, about all the different people and all the different events in your life that you think led up to this. And so, I guess my real concern is that from a trial standpoint, and that's why I went to such great length with you a couple of Mondays ago about what it means to represent yourself and why it's kind of a hazard, because you don't know the rules. You don't. I mean, that's just a fact. You're not a lawyer. You didn't go to law school. And so one of the rules that's really important in a case like this is the rule that allows you to understand what it is that's required for you to have a witness here in court on your own behalf. You understand the Constitution because you've cited it to me. You are correct that the court can compel witnesses to be here on your behalf. There's a process. We haven't gone through that process. And so, I don't know, Ms. Damel, Mr. Fitzpatrick, I'm really concerned about starting today. But on the other hand, I want this case over with. I want to try this case. I want to get it done. Mr. Schwartz, you've complained for years that you have not had an opportunity to be in court. Now that the day and the moment has arrived for your trial, not saying it's your fault, I'm saying it looks like you're not ready.
Well, I did exactly what I was told to do. I compiled a list of my witnesses and I said why.
Well,
But I didn't get the forms, or I didn't do the proper. I thought, I don't understand. Somebody told me that the court would subpoena these people if I supplied a list, or I would have done this. I could have done this all.
You did what I asked you to do. I asked you to put together a list of people, and I asked you to tell me what it is that you think that they would testify about.
Right.
You did that.
Right.
That's the first step.
Right.
The second part of it is there's actually a form called a subpoena.
Right.
That someone on your behalf, whether it's you or you hire an attorney or
See that I even asked about that because I've got a witness, a company in Iowa that I need to subpoena, and I don't. That's why I was wondering, and I don't understand the process. I was wondering how are we going to get that witness from Iowa to here by today, and
well, I can help you out with that. I mean, my job is not to give you legal advice. I can't, but I feel like I am, and I don't want to overstep my bounds. The court has no subpoena power over anybody in Iowa, just so you know. The court's power stops.
well, this is a company.
Well, it doesn't matter who it is, if it's a person or a company. The court's power to compel a witness to be here in court in Michigan stops at the Michigan border. I can't make anybody from Indiana, Iowa, Minnesota, Ohio, can't make them be here. If they voluntarily come into court, then that's fine. But I can't make them do it. And
See, this company it was a vehicle interlock device that
I'm familiar with your Intoxilock company.
right,
Yeah.
and I was supposed to have it on for a year, and I had it installed on 2/22/20 or 21, and I was due to have it taken off on 2/22/22, and this corrupt Judge Longman, that's why I believe there's some collusion from the powers. You can't tell me that Governor Gretchen Whitmer, if she wanted to, could sabotage this whole case.
Well, I don't know Governor Whitmer.
Well, what I'm saying is I complained all the way to the top, and I'm sure I peed off a lot of people that would want to shut me up, and that's why I'm being sabotaged by every department and every agency. This Secretary of State judge is a criminal. All.
Mr. Schwartz, I'm gonna stop you.
Okay.
You told me that when we last
But
night.
can I call those two judges?
Well,
I mean, all you got to do is look at the videos. This guy accused me of failing a rolling retest when I wasn't even in the car for 15 minutes.
Your Honor, if I could.
yes, please.
This is,
Patrick.
this is my concern about this entire case, frankly, is that his theory is based on a statewide conspiracy, for lack of a better term. He wants to compel all these witnesses, judges, senators, the governor and their staff, my staff, elected officials who have, his former attorneys, all these people have nothing to do with this case and they're not relevant. My opinion at this point anyway. But my concern is that if we seat the jury, every time he wants to call somebody, we're going to have some sort of evidentiary hearing on whether or not it's relevant, whether or not it's prejudicial. And then even if you rule that, yes, okay, you can get Governor Gretchen Whitmer's secretary here, the subpoena is going to have to be issued. And then the subpoena is going to be sent out, so we're going to have to dismiss the jury anyway, and then they're going to object, as you've already noted, that they're not coming and that it's not relevant to do. Maybe if it's John Miller, he's can be behind privilege, right? I mean, he's not going to be compelled to come testify about discussions he had off the record for settlement. That's not allowed. So my concern is that this is almost, these things need to be addressed, and they should have been. Frankly, they should have been already. They obviously haven't been. I personally think that last week it was pretty clear. Ms. Stamel stood up and said that she can't subpoena these people based on her own ethical concerns, and then you recognized that you could, and you gave instructions to the defendant, and he didn't follow them. I mean,
How was I supposed? I don't understand. I'm supposed to subpoena them myself. I don't even know where to get the subpoena. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I see that the court's between a rock and a hard place here. I mean, Mr. Schwartz, because of you, I mean, again, you have the right to represent yourself. You do. For better or for worse, you do. Because you have that right and you exercise that right to represent yourself, you now run into the problem of all the pitfalls that go with not knowing all the rules. I mean, there's a reason why, whether people think it's appropriate or not, but there's a reason why Mr. Fitzpatrick, Ms. Stamel, and myself had to go to law school. There's a reason why it takes a number of years to graduate from law school. There's a reason why we have to pass a test to practice as a lawyer in the state of Michigan. There are just all these rules that go with the process. That's just the rules of the road. That's not even all of the laws that are involved. That's just the rules of procedure. What we're talking about here are procedural things that, again, I asked you, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to represent yourself? Because you're going to be bound by the same rules as everyone else. And now, that's one side. On the other side now, I have to sit up here as the judge and do everything in my power to make sure you have a fair day in court. If we proceeded today, you're not going to have a fair day in court because you don't have any witnesses. Then it's my job to sit back and look at that. Okay, did he do that to himself? Because if you did it to yourself, you proceed at your own peril. Or is this a result of sort of an unknowing process? You're claiming you didn't know anything about this. I believe you.
When we walked out of this last meeting, this last hearing, I gave you what I thought I was responsible for, and I thought that. Didn't you tell me that they're going to subpoena? They're going to supply the subpoenas? Because I said, remember, I said I don't know, because I had no idea about this. This Intoxilot company. These people are a bunch of criminals and are paying off this.
I'm going to stop you again.
Go ahead.
Because every time we have a conversation, you want to try your case. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out, can we even have a trial? We're going to have a trial someday. I don't know that it's going to be today, unfortunately, from what I'm hearing. So my concern is, Ms. Stamel, I can't put you on the spot because you're not his attorney. He can ask you for assistance, but Mr. Fitzpatrick, I tend to agree with you that this looks an awful lot like some of this is self-inflicted. It looks an awful lot like there were things that could have, should have been done but weren't. On the other hand, I am really struggling with the whole notion that if we proceed today, I have to preface all of this by saying, it took everyone a while to get to this point, and I really want to try this case, because I don't want to do this later. I'm prepared to do this week.
I'm not, though. The thing
You're
is,
not, that's the problem. And so now I have to, who do I prejudice here? Do I prejudice the people and tell them you can't go forward today, even though you've done all your homework and you're ready to go? Or do I prejudice you by saying, no, I'm not going to give you another chance to call any witnesses. People go forward. Do what you got to do. Mr. Schwartz knew the perils. It is what it is. I have a feeling you would tell me that's not fair to you. So here's what I'm going to do. I don't know. I mean, Mr. Fitzpatrick, any further thoughts before I make probably a really unfortunate ruling?
Well, not to overstate it, but so far we've only talked about the witnesses he wants to call. There are 260 or something. I actually went through all of these and made a list of all of them. I can share with everybody. I made copies for the court and for defense. So I wrote off all of these. These are his proposed exhibits, essentially. He doesn't know that that's what they are, but they're proposed exhibits. He's going to want to go through every one of these. And the court's going to have to make a ruling on whether or not it's relevant or whether it's prejudicial. I've looked through them all. I have my opinion. Most of them probably wouldn't be admitted by this court, but I still think you're going to have to make those rulings because he's going to want to put every single one of these into evidence. These are the ones that he chose to provide. This is what he thinks is relevant evidence for his case. And they all have to be ruled on.
Yeah, and my concern is because I've not been provided, well, I don't have the videos, I've not seen them. To do that, we have to play them. We're going to have to play it out of the presence of the jury.
I'm talking multiple days worth of time.
Oh, boy.
I mean, some of these videos are 20, 30 minutes, some of them are shorter, but there's hundreds of them. And that time adds up. I mean, these are not 30-second snippets.
I know exactly if you allow me to show those videos myself, I know the points that are important. So if it's a 45-minute video, I'll show you 10 minutes that really pertain to the case. And I've got evidence videos. I mean, you tell me which ones are wrong.
Mr. Schwartz, I need you to address me, and so I appreciate Mr. Fitzpatrick's point. Here, I mean, this is what it sounds like to me.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like if we go forward with this trial today, it's going to be a disaster. That's what it sounds like.
What's that? I'm
It's
sorry.
going to be a disaster if we go forward with this trial today, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
You've got what looks like, I mean, I don't know how many pages your witness list is,
Right.
but it looks like there are potentially...
Your Honor, there's 23 pages on the defense's revised witness list that was submitted to the court.
Any approximation as to how many people are on those 23 pages?
I didn't count the number of
I just
people,
wondered if you had a good guess.
but Your Honor, I would assume there's at least 23 people.
I think that's a fair assumption.
And, you know, my concern is that I believe there should be a pretrial determination as to which witnesses are relevant. You know, frankly, my confusion when we left at the final pretrial conference was it appeared as though there was some hesitation by the court and some objection by the prosecution as to some of the witnesses on the defense witness list. So for me to, you know, spend the time and effort with Mr. Schwartz to go through the process of subpoenaing all of these witnesses when there was a good chance that there would be objections to them, you know, that was not something that I advised him to do. I was kind of waiting for some guidance from the court as to whether Mr. Schwartz was going to be able to call all of these witnesses before we went through the process of issuing subpoenas. And so I do think the court, I don't think that this is all on Mr. Schwartz. And so on his behalf, I would ask for an opportunity for him to have a full and fair opportunity to be heard on the validity of these proposed witnesses.
I appreciate that. Ms. Gamble, and you are headed down a path that I was, which I think sort of coincides or collides with the path that Mr. Fitzpatrick has suggested. What I was trying not to do is prejudge this case. trying my best to be as impartial as I can, as I said. Like I told you when we first.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
And so,
that.
Trying to give you your fair day in court. On the other, and it's not even just the court. I mean, this people versus lawyer case is really clear. I get to say who testifies and who doesn't. I get to make that decision. I can say, not only do I think they're relevant or not relevant, but whether or not what their proposed testimony would be, more importantly, is it material to the case. And so the Court of Appeals has given guidance that says trial judges get to say, I'm the gatekeeper. I get to say somebody comes in or somebody doesn't. For whatever, and I'm not necessarily laying fault at anyone's feet here, and maybe part of it is at my own. But for whatever reason, I never even got that far because I wasn't even presented with subpoenas listing all the people that necessarily Mr. Schwartz wants to call.
See, I thought
Let me finish, please. Just
Oh,
let me
go ahead.
finish. And then we also have to factor in, just on the witness issue, it's not even just me. I have a suspicion that if some subpoenas go out to many of the people on your proposed witness list, they will come in and file what are called motions to quash the subpoena. So just because I issue a subpoena to, and I picked on Governor Gretchen Whitmer's secretary, I think the last time we met. If I issue a subpoena to Gretchen Whitmer's secretary, she has a right to say, no, judge, you can't make me come in and testify. I don't know anything about this. So there's a whole layer.
So we'll play her video of her saying she'll call me back within 2 days.
Okay, that then leads to another issue. And so I guess.
See,
Please,
go ahead.
Let me speak. And so I guess I'll just say it. I'm going to adjourn the trial for today. We're not going to have a trial today, as much as it kills me to say that, because I really wanted this to go. And what we're going to have to do then is, Mr. Schwartz, just so we're clear, anyone that you have on your witness list that you want to have called as a witness on your behalf, you're going to have to prepare subpoenas. Those subpoenas will then come to my office. I have your listing of who those folks are and what you think they will say.
Okay.
I will then, after I've had an opportunity to look at those things, I will then get us all back together and have another hearing, and I will tell you, on the record, who I think should come in and testify and who I think shouldn't, just so we all understand. And so I need that. If I decide that subpoenas are going to be issued, then I'll sign those subpoenas and I'll send them out. And those folks will be required to come into court unless either, well, even if I think they should come in, they then have an opportunity to come in and object and say, Judge, maybe you don't understand. I don't have anything to do with this. So maybe we'll have another hearing. Your case is about to go like this. It's going to expand greatly. And so, and if I'm doing that with the witnesses, I agree with Mr. Fitzpatrick. Well, then I might as well look at all the videos too. Because it's unfair to a jury every time you want to play a video to have the jury leave the room, bring them back in, because I can't possibly rule on the video because I haven't seen it. So I guess I'm going to have to review all the videos now too. So weeks from now, maybe months from now, we'll have another trial date. Because if you got 200 and some videos and they're all multiple minutes long, I don't know how long it's going to take me to go through.
That was hard. I had to learn all that on my own.
Well, and so...
Now I got a new career.
Well, you might, actually, because you seem to be a really prolific video maker. But one of the things that I think, though, that you really need to focus on, what you just said you could do, Mr. Fitzpatrick brought up, for example, he says there's a video, it's 25 minutes long. You said, well, there's really only a few things in that video that I think matter to this case. If that's true, you need to go through and figure out of that 25-minute video, what are the 2 minutes that are important here? Because if you don't, I'm going to say the video as it's presented either is coming in or it's not, the whole thing. And so I feel like we're kind of opening this whole thing up all over again, and that really bothers me. But I'm going to give you your fair day in court. And so we're going to have to go through this process. Because we brought in a jury today, a whole bunch of people from all over the county just for you. And they're probably really not going to be happy with me when I go down there and explain to them that they're about to be let go. Because we pulled a whole bunch of people away from their jobs and their family members and everything else to be here. And so I don't think there's any possible way, is there, Ms. Johnson, that we can give a date right now for a trial in the future? I mean, we're way out there now.
I mean,
2 days, I can meet you 2 days in May.
And then, if I'm gonna get through all this stuff.
Judge, I would say, based on who he's going to be subpoenaing, that you can expect responses, objections, and motions that will then need to be responded to.
Oh, well, I expect
So
that.
May seems a little quick to me, frankly. I don't know that we can accomplish everything that needs to be accomplished in that short time. Just my opinion.
August and September. All right. Mr. Schwartz, do you have any plans to be on vacation in August? Because that would be probably the next available time that we could get everybody together to do this.
Isn't that in violation of my constitutional right to a speedy trial?
Okay, here's what you don't get. You don't get to play both sides of the same fence. So either, like I said, I'm prepared to give you your trial today. I'd be happy to get this thing started. It'll be done in a couple of days, most likely, and that'll be the end of it. And then if you're not happy, you can appeal the
No.
result.
I don't think I'll get justice that way. So I apologize. I wasn't meaning to insult you about
So
August.
either we move forward today, or because of what I've heard and the issue with the witnesses and the exhibits, we're going to adjourn it. It has to be August because I've got all these other cases that are lined up ready to be tried. So you tell me, do you want to proceed today, or do you want?
No, I want it done. I want it my way because the problem is his arrest was a culmination of events that included all these other people, and they're covering up Lapeer County corruption. And that the problem was, and I'm calling Mike Sharkey too, the former
Well,
prosecutor.
We'll see about that. I mean, and again, I appreciate that. You've been very consistent. You have said to me from the moment I met you that the events of September 18th of September 8th of 2019 are all the result of this accumulation of things. You've been very consistent with that. That doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to agree with you, or that I'm necessarily going to allow you to call all those witnesses and have all that play out. I may or may not think that's
See,
wrong.
the thing that I want my witnesses or my jury to hear is this started out in 2017. In 2 months, this woman in DHHS Supervisor Rhonda Lansing gave me
I'm gonna stop
so.
you again.
So what he's saying is that you can either go forward with trial today.
No,
Where-
I'll.
But, so he's willing to give you time so that
Yeah,
we
let's
can,
do
we can
that.
address everything, the
Right.
witnesses, the exhibits and
That's
all
the
of
only
that.
way I can get.
But it's gonna take time to do that.
Okay, no problem. And I understand the court is loaded with.
And so certainly because it's the American way and we can all complain and grumble about anything and everything that we want. We have that freedom in this country. We can complain about everything. What I really hope I don't hear you complain about later is, though, that Judge Nolan didn't give me my speedy trial. Because the only reason I'm adjourning it is in an effort to get to the bottom of the issue with your witnesses and the issue with your exhibits. You understand that?
Yeah, sir, you inherited a mess, and you had nothing to do with it. And I compliment you. The first time that I saw you, I talked. I was never allowed to talk. I never sat in court before that day, and I've never heard the charges against me. I've never been able to present witnesses crucial to my defense. It was all hush hush, and that's why the last two lawyers, they committed malpractice.
Well,
And
again, I'm going to stop you. I mean, you've told me that. I understand that.
right.
So I'm about to rule that this is going to be adjourned to a date in August. Is there any objection before I make that official ruling, Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Not from the people, Your Honor.
Mr. Schwartz?
No,
I keep looking
right.
at Ms. Stample because I want to ask her, but you are your own attorney. So do you object to an adjournment of your trial until August?
No.
All right, Mr. Fitzpatrick, I should have asked you. Do you have any plans or any vacations or anything in the month of August?
People will be available, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much. Well, I guess based on what we've heard and what we've discussed so far here today, the trial for today is adjourned. I'm going to push this out until August. I will get with my staff and we'll come up with dates for trial in August. I'm going to have to also sort of work backwards from that August trial date because we're going to have hearings with respect to the witnesses, who is going to be allowed to be called, who isn't. I owe you that right? So you know in advance what at least my position is as to that. With respect to the exhibits, I'm not quite sure how to approach that. I don't know. I'm open to suggestion from either of the attorneys or Mr. Schwartz. It sounds.
Yeah, Judge, I don't know if you're open to it, but one option would be for, I don't really want to do this, but I could go through individually each video and make a written opinion or objection if I have one.
I think that's appropriate. That's what would place us.
Obviously thinks it's relevant, and then you can watch it on, I don't know if you were allowed to, but you can do it on your own time. You view these things, and then make your rulings in court after you get the chance to. Doing it here, don't go to court. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while.
So what he's suggesting is that we would give the videos to the judge. The prosecutor would,
But
you know,
the
work,
judge,
you know,
you can narrow
go
them
video
down.
by video and, you know, give like a written list of any objections that he has. And then the judge would be able to, back in his office, you know, review everything, as opposed to us sitting in the courtroom and watching the judge.
That's
watch the
fair.
videos.
Sure.
So, Your Honor, I've spoken with Mr. Schwartz, and he has no objection to an in-camera review of the exhibits and any written objections that Mr. Fitzpatrick has to it.
Thank you, Ms. Hamel. So, Mr. Schwartz, then I guess my last question to you with respect to those videos, because of a statement you made earlier that if it's, and I'm just making this up, but if it's a 10-minute video that you have now that's already been made, but only a minute or two of that 10-minute video is relevant to this case, do you have the ability to edit your own videos and sort of shrink that down to what it is that you want to have presented?
The only reason that I kept them whole is because I didn't want you to think that I tore it apart and doctored it up. I mean, I suppose I can do that.
You don't have to do anything other than try to go forward.
Either that, or just let me go to it myself. I'll show you the Adult Protective Services guy coming to my house with the plumber, and I told him, if you don't fix this right, it's going to leak, and he refused to fix it, and he walked out, and then 4 months later the thing leaked and did $15,000 worth of damage, and then when I went to Gary Howell's state.
I think Your Honor, I think I have a suggestion that would kind of be kind of in between those things. If Mr. Schwartz were to write down, I guess, the times for each of the videos, so that way it, I guess, protects the integrity of having the video as a whole, but then the court would be able to, you know, go to the precise time in the video that is relevant. You know, that might be an appropriate compromise.
That was going to be my suggestion. Is they're all time stamped. I watched them. You know, for instance, in the 10-minute video, the first 3 minutes might be slides that Mr. Schwartz created and put in there, and things that have nothing to do with anything. Same with the end. So he could identify on, just as an example, he has this 1/3/22 Chief Martin citizen arrest. Okay, 2:22 to 3:13. At least, you know, that way he's not editing it if he's saying he can't. If he can edit it, great. But if he's saying he really can't edit it, then the timestamp would at least narrow my review and potentially your review of what we're looking at.
Right, and I appreciate that. And here's my concern. I mean, at the end of the day, because it's not my job to try this case, I'm left with either the exhibit coming in or it's not. If, for example, there are videos where it's Chief Martin effectuating a citizen's arrest, and there are video slides at the beginning, and there's music or commentary, and it's all part of it, it's not going to come in. That's not going to be an exhibit in the trial.
Right.
So eventually, I guess for review purposes, we could do that. But eventually, if really there's only a small window of a video that is appropriate for this trial,
Right.
once we establish that, the rest of that video is going to have to be removed. I'm not gonna allow.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's too much to watch. I got 266 videos. We don't.
Well, and Mr. Schwartz, this probably won't surprise you. Maybe it will. Sometimes, at least, lawyers can be kind of tricky. And if there's a video that's 10 minutes long, and we all agree that there's really only 2 minutes of it that should matter, I have the ability, if the other 8 minutes are still on that video, well, I can hit play in an area that shouldn't even be talked about, and then I can say, oops, sorry, I didn't mean for that to happen, but in the meantime, the jury's seen it. And so, maybe for review purposes right now, if you can tell me on your list of things you already have, between, like Mr. Fitzpatrick suggested, between 2 minutes and 12 seconds and 3 minutes and 12 seconds, this is where I need you to look.
Right. No, I makes sense to me.
But
100%.
But after we go through all of that, then you may need to be editing those videos. So if I agree with you, that 1 minute period should be an exhibit, then we need to get rid of the rest of it.
I got until August, so.
So you're gonna have some time.
You're right.
You might have some work to do too.
Right.
All right. Okay, so I wandered all over the record again, but I think we're gonna adjourn today's trial. We're gonna reset it for August. We're gonna have to, again, work some dates backwards so that we will have some hearings with respect to witnesses and with respect to the exhibits, so that we'll all know going into trial in August what's on the table and what's not.
And Your Honor, my only objection to August would be that last week, starting with the 28th of August. If we could do one of the weeks before that, that would be more convenient for my scheduling.
Do our best to make sure we can get that.
Thank you.
So just so the record's clear, I don't think you're objecting to the adjournment. You would just like us to be careful with the schedule.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Any other questions, anything else for the record before we adjourn for the day? Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Nothing.
All right. Mr. Schwartz, anything else for the record today?
No, sir.
Ms. Stamel, anything you'd like to add?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, then the trial is adjourned, and we will enter the appropriate orders. Thank you.
I appreciate your help, sir.
So, Mr. Schwartz, do you need this back so that you can prepare all of the lists and everything?
Well, I was going to take it back.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is.
So-
Did you get the stuff off of it?
Yeah, so I provided a copy to Mr. Fitzpatrick, but we'll need to be able to, well, I'm sure we'll have another court hearing or something like that. Eventually, I'll need to get it back to give it to the judge for his review. But-
This thing back?
Yeah.
Because I was going to take it back to the store.
Oh, no, you're going to need to hang on to that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's like $60.
yeah.
I bought another one, a thumb drive that's a terabyte. Can I transfer it on that?
Oh, absolutely.
I can? Okay. That was like half
Yeah.
price of this.
Megan, I'll do a scheduling order that says the subpoenas need to be in by this particular date, objections, the
Okay.
evidentiary hearing, and then motions limine, everything, because by August,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right, any questions?
The sooner the better.
Yeah, that'll be my job. I look for it, I'll send it by email, I'll get it done today.
Okay, do you have Mr. Schwartz's email?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Yep.
so yeah, if you can just, send it to both him and to me.
Yep,
That way we make sure that he has everything that I have.
I will do that.
Perfect, thank you.
It'll come by mail as well.
Okay. All right, can I unplug your computer for you?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? This wouldn't even allow me to get on because it said there's no network connection.
We don't have Wi-Fi.
And it wouldn't let me open up my computer.
Oh,
We don't have Wi-Fi.
Is that that's an HP or is that an Apple?
We don't have Wi-Fi.
I don't know. For some reason, it wouldn't let me open my computer.
No Wi-Fi, I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah, mine uses my.
Is that an Apple?
No, it's an HP, but it uses my cellular connection.
Oh.
So,
Shoot.
so I don't encounter those
So
issues.
if I bring my computer, I won't be able to use it?
I don't know.
That's weird.
I don't know how, I don't really understand the new, HP programs.
It's really
Because, my computer the other day told me, I couldn't save something because I didn't
You
have
have to
enough
directly
room.
connect it to the screen if you want to play something.
What?
You have to directly connect it with a cord to the screen to play something. There's no Wi-Fi, there's no Bluetooth.
Right.
Yeah,
See you later, Ryan Wilson. I'm going to make you look more stupid than your parents did. What he did to me isn't appropriate either. Paybacks are a bitch, too.
So this is all yours, so I'm gonna have you take back your hard drive, okay? All right, take care, Richard. I'll be in touch.
Okay.
once we get
Thanks,
some
honey. You
more
take care.
direction from the court.
All right. Well, we're going to get to know each other pretty well. You want to go fishing sometime?
I'm not much for fishing. Are you a fisherman?
Yeah. I haven't been able to do anything lately.
Well, it looks like you're gonna have your hands full for the next unforeseen future, condensing down the evidence video.
Somebody told me that they were going to issue the subpoenas themselves.
I
and
didn't hear that in court.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that happened.
No, I don't know. Maybe it was Megan that told me that. Maybe she misunderstood.
I'll tell you what, if I had to guess, I don't think it was clear that you, since you're your own attorney,
Right.
have to issue those subpoenas. I don't think maybe that was made explicitly clear.
Yeah, I didn't understand that because I thought when they said to bring that list,
Yeah,
that
but
was enough.
unfortunately, you're the one responsible for the subpoenas.
No, I understand.
But you know now, so.
Right, right.
And it's
If
in
I
your
wouldn't
best
have had,
interest
I had
for-
two bad attorneys. That's why I
Yeah,
said
no,
I.
you're doing much better now.
Yeah.
Much better.
No,
Much, much better.
she's helped me more in 2 weeks than
Yeah,
the other
really?
two,
That's
and they were
great.
just saboteurs.
Well, maybe they didn't have the
No, they
interest
were-
of the case at heart. I don't know. I can't speak either way on that. Does that go in this bag?
Yeah, that goes in there.
But the thing is, by having you,
Is your radio on?
yeah.
Turn it off. Turn it back on. Get your music.
Oh, did I? I just turned it off, period. How did I hit the button? I didn't do it.
It wouldn't let me use my computer because it says there's no. It wouldn't let me open up my computer. That's this computer doing
Now,
that.
see, that doesn't make sense. I don't know why you have to have Wi-Fi just open your computer.
I had my computer and my Wi-Fi died, and I couldn't open up my computer.
Yeah, I
It
know
says-
if you have no Wi-Fi, you're not going to be able to gain access. But why couldn't you still open up your files?
Well, that's it. Wouldn't even let me into the computer. That's what
That's
I'll do.
very weird.
Yeah, it is
I
weird.
don't know why that would have anything to do with it. Well, put your jacket on and we'll get your backpack on your back. Just set that down. Yeah, maybe next time you won't have to bring quite as much stuff. Because you know something, if you work that out, you should be able to bring just your hard drive and utilize that screen where you wouldn't need a computer. Now, then again, I don't know. I'm not a tech savvy person. So
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't tell you how that would or wouldn't work.
I can carry it. That's good. No.
Well, Nick, what you gotta do today now?
Huh?
What's that? Oh, okay. I'll help Mr. Schwartz then. All right, I'll take care of it.
I'll carry it this way.
What's happening there?
No, I can't get so many things in here.
You're not gaining access to the zipper?
No, I got it.
Ah, there you go. It was curled under.
Everything's made in China.
Well, nothing wrong with that, but it would be
Yeah.
nice if we could get some more stuff made here.
No kidding.
Put that on. And then, are you gonna put this on your back?
No, I'll just carry that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but I'll put that on my shoulders.
Put that on your shoulder?
Yeah. You see Trump is expecting to get
Are
arrested
you
today?
putting the camera in the bag?
Yeah, let me put that in the bag too.
Yeah.
What do you want me to tell them? Your reserve number and say,
Central, this is R06, and everything is fine. Yes, I must have hit that by mistake, I'm sorry.
Okay, clear.
Well, I guess it wasn't me then. I don't know who it was. All right, thank you. All right, well, it wasn't me. Well, here, I'll carry that down for you. Oh, you put it in the bag?
Yeah.
Okay.
See the size of that lens?
Yeah, we don't want anything to happen to that.
Yeah.
All right, next, I'll turn my radio off. That way, well, who was it then? Don't they know by number?
Okay, that's it.
Here.
You sure? You sure?
Where'd you park?
Right outside.
Now, when you say right outside, last time we were way
No, it's right across.
the
It's
field.
right across the street.
Okay, good.
You sure? I can do that.
No, come on, let's go. We're buddies, right?
Well, I'll tell you something. You're a good person.
Let's get out there and get this done. Nick's a great guy, too.
There's a lot of good people on earth. You got to sort through them, though.
Well, you just got to take time to get to know him, right?
Right. I didn't think this is going to go on forever now.
What's that?
August.
Well, the trouble
But
is...
see, no, you know what? If I would,
And it's so funny to see the country's like stop.
You know-
And that he's not.
Can we ride with you, gals?
Yes,
All right,
Come on in.
let's go.
So he says, I'm not subject to the laws of the country, blah, blah, blah. Except he collected unemployment during the pandemic. So that part's okay. And he has two cases, right? One, he receives transport, one he pays transport. Well, the one he pays transport, he's not subject to the court. But the one he receives transport, oh yeah, I'll take the first floor. We're like, wait, what?
Go ahead, Gail.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, let's go, Mr. Schwartz.
So I'm just, oh, totally. He also,
Be right back, guys.
well, and it's crazy.
see you guys. You have a good day.
You too, sir. Careful driving back.
Thank you.
All right, let's go. I'll carry you out.
No, he had it performed on him. And, you know, it's basically like.
You need to really slim this bag down. This sucker's heavy.
I know.
You must have some strong muscles, buddy.
You know what? I
You work out?
used to.
Well, you're doing something because I don't know how you carry this thing for as far as you do. How old are you?
71.
So anyway, you're doing great. You got
You know
kids?
what? Yeah, my daughter's in North Carolina. She's a teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
You?
Is that all you got as a daughter?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got kids?
I got 3.
3?
Yep.
How old?
Well, my oldest is 40.
And your youngest
Middle
is
one
in
is
7.
37. And the youngest one is 32.
Oh.
2 boys and 1 girl.
Cool. And they're all here?
Yep, they're all Michigan.
See,
One
that's
in
another
Lapeer.
thing that...
Well, actually, two in Lapeer and 1 in Lake Orion.
My daughter lives in North Carolina. I haven't seen her for 15 years.
Now, why is that?
Because I can't get around.
Oh, you mean because you can't get out of state?
Yeah, I can't.
Well, we need to get that changed.
This
Where are you parking?
It's right over here.
All right.
That interlock company, this this judge is so corrupt. That's why I got to nail him to a cross. And I guess what I have to do, I thought I could get him pulled into this right now, call him as a witness, because I'm going to rip him a.
Well, you may, or he may file, red card?
Yeah.
He may file he has nothing to do with it, but you know what you could do on that interlock company?
Yeah.
I'm assuming, where you going
Well,
to put this?
right here. I'll just put it in the back seat.
I'm assuming they have a rep for Michigan. You may not get the guy from there, but you may be able to get a rep that represents Michigan.
No, you got to understand. I know all about that company. I made about 40 videos of them.
So you pissed them off.
No,
okay.
Their equipment failed twice.
No, I get that. What I'm saying is, if you can call a representative from the company, you can't get a subpoena out of state. You got that.
Yeah.
But if they have a sales rep that covers
No, they
Michigan,
don't. They don't. That's the problem. So I can't call them then.
So who represents Michigan for them?
It's a criminal organization. I'm telling you something. They told me this Intoxilock, they don't do their service work. They contract out to other companies.
Okay.
And
so who is the other company that does?
It was right in Mount Pleasant. This Adams Automotive. Adams Automotive. So I go in there and I have to have it recalibrated once every 2 months.
Okay.
And then they replaced the equipment when it failed, and I missed court.
Okay.
And it was because their equipment.
Can you subpoena them?
Huh?
Can you subpoena them?
Who?
That company you're just
That's
talking
what I'm trying
about
to do. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, watch out. This guy's backing up. That may not be a bad idea.
That's what. But he said I can't subpoena him.
Why? Who said that?
He said I couldn't subpoena the. Oh, you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about the company that services the equipment.
No, those are my buddies. They were the ones that said that the judge is a crook and that.
I understand. You could bring them in and they could repeat that in court.
I could do that.
That would be something good. Let's get this in the back seat. I gotta get back in.
Right.
You know the routine.
Yeah.
I'd love to spend all afternoon talking to you, but unfortunately I get back to work.
I'd love to be able to work, but they keep holding my head underwater.
Well, I'll tell you what. We're gonna get that to an end for you. Where are you putting this?
Just throw it right there.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Right here?
Yep. That's perfect.
Okay, that's pretty secure there.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Schwartz.
Thank you, Mr. Blake.
It's good seeing you again today. Hopefully I'll be around. I'll find out when your hearings are. I'll see if I'm going to be here those days. Okay?
Great. I really appreciate you.
It's my pleasure.
You understand, though, what's going on with the rest of the world,
I got a good feeling about it, but as far as what I don't understand, and let's face it, we both know there's a lot of corruption in this world. What I don't understand is how someone can treat another human being that, of course, I don't know what the right word is, why they would have it out for any individual. It just makes no sense to me.
Yeah, but
it's mind-boggling.
You know what's going on in our government?
Oh,
yeah. You know about the Federal Reserve?
Yeah, you told me that before.
They're a bunch of foreign bankers.
Yeah.
They own all of our politicians.
Yeah.
You know who Jeffrey Epstein is, right?
Oh, yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein, you have to understand. Did you ever hear of the Rothschilds? The richest people on earth, the Rothschilds?
I can't say I got
Yeah. They're behind all of this. They started World War I, World War II, the 9/11. They did 9/11.
Did they?
Yeah. And they did it for Israel. Israel is a criminal organization.
Well, that I have a hard time believing.
Oh, you want to hear something? Just today or yesterday, I'm an activist, so I'm on Facebook. I got 11 pages.
No, I understand.
But anyway, Netanyahu, you know who Bibi Netanyahu?
Yeah.
Netanyahu just said that he's going to make practicing Christian, talking about you can't talk about Jesus.
Netanyahu said
Yeah.
that? Why would he do that?
And he'll arrest you.
That makes no sense to me.
Go take a look. That's what he said. He's trying to say that in Israel, if you talk about Jesus in Israel, you can be arrested.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
if
No, it does
something
make
like
sense.
that truly happens, we are in a sad condition.
They were the ones that caused 9/11.
And that's the problem. We need more of Jesus in the world instead of these people taking him out of the world. All right, you drive safe. I gotta
Thank you,
get
sir.
back in.
You take care.
Again, I will. Drive safe. Don't forget your bag on there so you don't sit down with it,
No,
okay?
you have a good one, all
I
right?
certainly will.
Nice
drive
seeing you
safe. We'll go
again.
home, and I will see you again down the future somewhere.
All right, have a good one.
I will. You
Take
too.
care of your family, too, because they need it.
I know they
We're
do.
$37 trillion in debt. They're trying to crash the economy.
Tell me about it. I got grandkids.
Did you see about the banks failing?
Yeah.
Right. And in the meantime, they want us to fight Trump versus Biden, and both of them are paid off. Both of them are own stooges for these bankers. I'll see ya. I will. I talk to her all the time, every day. You have a good one. Thanks a lot. Rat. I don't care. Lucky I don't spit on them.